Have a nice day. Today is Wednesday, 1st of February 2023. 1st of February is the 32nd day of the Gregorian calendar. On this day, France declared war on the United Kingdom, and the Netherlands President Lincoln signed the 13th Amendment, and Thomas Edison completed his Black Maria film studio in New Jersey. In Indian history, death anniversary February is observed. 1st February is observed as the death anniversary of the following personalities, including most famous Nan Singh Rawat, 21st October 1830 to 1st February 1882. The first Indian to explore the Himalayan regions. He was one of the scholars of the 19th century who explored the Himalayan regions for the British. So, starting the newspaper analysis with the newspaper, The Hindu states that rupees 1.56 lakh crore GST mop up in January, second highest so far. India's goods and service tax GST revenues in January 2023 touched nearly rupees 1.56 lakh crore by Tuesday evening, marking the second highest monthly collections recorded since the launch of the indirect tax regime in July 2017. The highest revenue so far under the GST system were recorded in April 2022, when tax inflows were rupees 1,67,540 crore. For the first 10 months of 2022-23, GST revenues are now 24% higher than a year ago. The Hindu newspaper also states that economy on stronger wicket than pre-COVID times to grow 6.5% in 2023-24. Chief Economic Advisor V. Anantha Nageswaran speaks during a new conference in New Delhi on January 31st, 2023. Need to stay vigilant on inflation and the current account deficit, says the chief economic advisor, adding that commodity prices should retreat on the back of monetary tightening. Going towards the Indian Express newspaper, states that Visakhapatnam will be the Andhra's capital, says Jagan. What happened to Amravati and the three capitals plan? The decision on picking a new capital has gone through several twists and turns over the years, and a matter that was listed for hearing the Supreme Court on January 31 was ultimately not taken up. Jagan has proposed to make Amravati, which the previous CM N. Chandrababu Naidu had begun to develop as the state capital, the legislative capital, or Visakhapatnam as the executive capital, and Kurnool as the judicial capital of the state. Indian Express newspaper also states that Mughal Gardens to Amrit Udyan, lost in the renaming, is a scene of Delhi's history. Places' names are the stuff of history. Some call recall forgotten geographics, other are tributes to individuals who have been associated with the place. Landscape bear the signature of the artist, architect, and designer. Renaming roads and gardens in the British capital of New Delhi will not make them any less part of the city beautiful and garden city moments of the United States of America and Europe of 100 years ago. Going towards the Hindustan Times newspaper, states that United States says Russia not complying with the last remaining nuclear treaty. United States President Joe Biden. Hindustan Times also states that India's budget ray of hope in uncertain times. PM Mr. Modi arrives to address the media. Hindustan Times also states that what economic survey says about education decline in. According to the survey, 265 million children were enrolled in schools across the country, with around 194 million additional children being enrolled in a primary to higher secondary levels. Going towards the economy of the country, core sectors grew 7.4% in December, fastest in pace in 3 months. India's 8 core sectors output growth hit a 3-month high of 7.4 in December from a revised uptick of 5.7% in November, with all sectors except crude oil reporting a rise. Coal, electricity, steel, cement, C-shape rise. Crude oil only sector to shrink. It was a report or representation for purpose only, which was taken by S. Sivasavaraman. Thank you. From economy growth, public investments is stagnant in agricultural sector. The survey hailed schemes such as the Pradhan Mantri Kisan Samman Nidhi for helping farmers. Farmers ride on a cart loaded with the grass in a village on the outskirts of Jalandhar, Punjab on 31st January 2023. According to the economic survey, the performance of the agricultural and allied sector had been buoyant over the past several years due to the measures taken by the centre to augment crop and livestock productivity. Reserve Bank of India appoints V. Ramachandra as advisory committee member of SEFL. The Reserve Bank of India has appointed V. Ramachandra as a member of the advisory committee of Sri Infrastructure Finance Limited and Sri Equipment Finance Limited. With immediate effect, this follows the resignation of Farooq N. Subidar from the advisory committee with effect from January 31st, 2023. Share of education in budgetary allocation has fallen over the last 7 years. Post-pandemic dropout rates worsened in primary and upper primary classes, reversing the gains seen before COVID-19 lockdowns closed schools across the country. While the expenditure on social services increased from 9,15,500 crore to 21,32,059 crore, the share of education within this umbrella category shrank from 42.8% to 35.5% between the financial year 2015 to 2016 and 2022 to 2023 respectively. Domestic pharmaceutical market reach $130 billion by 2030 economic survey. India's domestic pharmaceutical market is estimated to reach $130 billion by 2030, and the pharma industry has sustained its growth momentum after pandemic, according to the Economic Survey 2022-2023. India's pharmaceutical exports achieved a healthy growth of 24% in financial year 2021, driven by COVID-19 induced demand for the critical drugs, according to the Economic Survey of 2022-2023. Going towards the world news, including the search for Rio Tinto as toxic capsule somewhere in Australia. The double whammy making Italy the West's fastest shrinkage nation. Recession as resilient climate starts up a shine in tech or downturn. Australians score desert for a dangerous radioactive capsule smaller than a penny. Britain's on strike, which workers are walking out on February 1st and February 6th. China's Sichuan province and law banning unmarried couple from registering childbirth. As Zelensky calls for a speedy 10 delivers, timing remains key question. United States plans to end a public health emergency for COVID in May. Jair Bolsonaro applies for 6 months United States visitor visa. I acted pretty decisively, says Rishi Sunak after sacking United Kingdom leader. Going towards the science and technology, climate disinformation surges in denial, conspiracy comeback. False information about the climate change flourished online over the past years, researchers say, with the denialist social media posts and conspiracy theories surging after United States environmental reforms and Elon Musk's Twitter takeover. Tree Walks initiative to take a Thiruvananthapuram cities are rare, endangered, and endemic trees. Tree Walk is roping in politicians, bureaucrats, and residents to protect rare trees in Thiruvananthapuram by making them aware of the existence of such trees in their vicinity or on campuses of public and private institutions. Kambakam or Malabar ironwood inside a Napier Museum. India needs a global finance to achieve climate goals. Advanced economies ought to set examples of policy and behavioral changes that work in their countries, and only then could this be emulated in developing countries, says a survey. India's latest national determined contribution to the United Nations is committed to achieve about 50% cumulative electric power installed capacity from non-fossil fuel-based energy resources by 2030. Bird count shows a marginal decline in migratory water flows wintering in the Ponchakari Villani. As temperature plummet in Arctic, a brownish bird weighing around 400 grams begins a non-stop flight from its home in frozen northwest Siberia to winter in certain Indian states, flying more than 11,000 kilometers in 9 days. The bird flies non-stop till they reach their destinations along the Indian coastline. The annual water bird census was conducted in January. Black-winged silts migratory predators in Panchakari in Thiruvananthapuram. Elon Musk says a Twitter timeline refresh speed is faster now. Twitter CEO Elon Musk claimed that the timeline refresh speed was 10 times faster than what it was a month ago, but that engagement might be lower. At last, there's a famous quotation by Louis May Alcott, who was an American novelist, a short story writer, and a poet best known as the author of novel Little Women and its sequels Little Men and Joe's Boys. Louis May Alcott states that energy is more attractive than beauty. Okay, thank you.